Ron Helmer's story is one of resilience and dedication. Resilience to overcome the numerous obstacles he faced in his life, dedication to the student athletes he turned into champions. Those athletes at both Indiana and Georgetown were both loyal to their head coach. They rallied around him as he battled health issues, even securing an improbable championship that seemed straight out of a Hollywood script. Throughout it all, Helmer's devotion to his athletes did not diminish. A master coach, as Indiana's athletic director called him, Helmer served 16 years as the Hoosiers' director of track and field and cross country after 21 years at Georgetown. Under Helmer's tutelage, Georgetown and Indiana won a combined 19 conference championships in the Big East and Big Ten, respectively. His athletes claimed 10 NCAA individual titles and an amazing 265 individual conference crowns. There even was a Bowerman Award winner, Hoosier high jumper Derek Druin, who went on to Olympic glory. And the movie script championship? That would come from Helmer's 2013 Indiana cross-country team that improbably won the program's first Big Ten title in 22 years. In a race of 8 kilometers, at no point in the first 7 did it appear Indiana could win. Then the Hoosiers advanced, if fueled by an unseen force. They did it for their beloved coach, whose dedication and resiliency inspired his athletes to succeed. Tonight, we honor Ron Helmer's legacy as he joins the Hall of Fame.
So when we were talking this afternoon, we got straight into the thing that makes Ron such an interesting person to interact with when he's at the track, because you really never know what he's thinking behind that sort of even keel style. He was as relaxed as they came, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, if you weren't watching a meet and he was talking to an athlete, you couldn't really tell if they won, they lost, they made a mistake, or if everything just fell in place. He always very even keeled. You never saw him blow up. He was never the dance around guy. It was business.
But he did have his Ronisms, which would enable him to sort of subtly share perhaps his irritation over something, and I suppose some coaches in this room have probably can remember those.
There's people in this room that if Ron said, "You're kidding me," that usually meant something bad has happened, or the wheels have fallen off something. So,
talk about your relationship with him as you come to find a house, a family full of coaches, and you wanting to become one.
Yeah, I'm really fortunate to be part of the family, and it's incredible the amount of coaches there are in the Helmer family. I mean, brother Jim, Justin, my wife was a coach. We met as coaches, and it's truly incredible. And then that coaching tree that he has. That's the coaching family that's out there, but yeah, it's an incredibly special family. I'm very fortunate, but like the track knowledge in the family itself, it's unbelievable.
And if you were to describe sort of what makes his tree of coaching unique, what's the Helmer style?
Everybody that I know that is on that coaching tree, they have the same characteristics. I can't think of one coach that handles or approaches business any different. Very even keeled. There's not a lot of jumping up and down rah-rah. It's business. It's whenever something finishes, it's time to move on to the next step, the next race, the next event. So it's pretty incredible.
And he did a good job of sort of also finding talent.
Yeah, it's nice because I got to spend 15 years at Indiana watching him, and there's always the obvious recruits that the big schools will go after, but it was incredible. Ron would see things in high school kids that I don't think other people saw, and would develop it to an incredibly high level. And it was amazing that he would see those things, but it's almost like he could predict things. I mean, I can't tell you how many meets that he would mention what he thought a performance would be, and minutes later it happens. Or there's times like I didn't get some things put in place, and you'd see it, and then obviously he would fix it because he kind of knew what the fix needed to be. So yeah, that's always been pretty special, and but it didn't matter. I mean, it didn't matter if it was a high-level athlete in high school coming in or somebody that was walking on. They all had a responsibility and a job to do, and I kind of can see that in people that he's coached that are now in the ranks.
His loss is fresh in all of our minds, and sorry that he can't be here to accept in your place. But I think in the outpouring that you saw when he passed, but also reflecting on all that now that you're here to with the family accept the Hall of Fame honor, what's kind of risen to the top in terms of what people seem to appreciate about him the most?
I don't know. I mean, you still have people coming up. People, even tonight, that might not have known, but
yeah, when we share in your grief.
Guy.
I mean, we share a huge loss in this coaching community, and just want to afford you the time maybe to, on his behalf, what would you like to say to this group? And
oh, I mean, thanks
honor?
everybody. I mean, I think obviously the family. I mean, it's the family. People that help get this in place. Jessica Ridd, Chris Miltenberg, Danny Ireland. They were pretty instrumental in things. And there's a lot of people that weren't nudged, but they're supportive, like Lance Harder, Mike McGuire, Lonnie Green, Mick Burns. So there's a lot, but those are also the people that were communicating with me, and we were getting everything together to get it done. So, and obviously the family.
Yeah, well, great that you could all be here and share in this, and I know you'll get more people coming up here after this and take it all in, appreciate it, because truly is Hall of Fame career and should be celebrated tonight by everybody.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Thanks.